Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to Crazy Football TV. Thank you so very much for joining me for another edition of LFC Vibes. And I had to be back in the barbershop because I know we have a lot to talk about as LFC family, LFC community. But please, before we start, don't worry about my shades. I'm channeling my savage spirit today. Channeling the legend Savage today. Big up to people, big up to my people, big up to my people. Please, you know the deal. Share, subscribe, like. Our goal is to get to 350 by the end of the month. We got 2 more weeks, at least before the transfer window is over. Please get us to 350. And you know the likes, 21 for each one of my kids. Please get us out there, get the likes up. Big up to Mandem. I see Uncle Albert is in the building. I got Ali's in the house. People, I'm channeling my savage today, so I have my shades on. Because today, no, we have to talk. We are in therapy. I've seen that a lot of people are angry, as they should, because if things don't go your way, you have 2 feelings. And big up to everybody in the building. Ali is in the building. Uncle Albert is in the building. And everybody in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share, subscribe, and like. Come on into the barbershop. Let's talk. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get to it. We're not going to waste nobody's time out here. Zubimendi, that's the main situation right now. Yeah, it's in terms for the PR. He said, what's up with the Stevie Wonder said it's, well, I'm channeling my Savage and Stevie Wonder today. You know what I'm saying? Man, them are fuming, exactly. So we have to talk. We have to talk. There's so much stuff to talk about. But let's start with the Zubimendi situation. I understand the frustration. Big up to Loss. Big up to yourself, Loss. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. In terms of Zubimendi, whatever it is, it falls bad in terms of PR on Edwards. Let's keep it about. Edward is the one who's in charge of Liverpool right now, right? When it comes to anything that has to do with football at Liverpool, that's Edwards is the Don Dada over there. He hired Richard Hughes, and Richard Hughes also hired Slot. So this is a part where when I had a discussion with Gas, shout out to, big up to Gas. He always said, something goes wrong, the man at the top. The man at the top has to be called out for it. And this is Edwards. The reason why I'm saying Edward is because he's in charge of Liverpool. So you have to, we all praised him when he came in. We all were happy that he's on, he's back into the fold at Liverpool. Now, can we fault Liverpool for doing what they did? No. The player told us that he said yes, everything was scheduled for it to happen. That's why when I came in, I said the deal is done. Because when he said yes, Liverpool, that's when the news came out that Liverpool's after a player. When the news came out that Liverpool was after a player, the player had already basically indicated through his agent that he would like to possibly come to Liverpool. Right? So the news came out. Remember, Liverpool's always doing things before we hear about it. For instance, the whole Endo situation. By the time we heard about it, it was 2-3 weeks past. The player decided to think about it. That is the part where I have an issue with Richard Hughes and Edwards. Edwards, you are probably the best director of football that ever graced football in modern times. Richard Hughes said it with his own mouth the first day that he and Slot had a press conference in front of everybody. I was expecting Edwards to be able to tell Richard, hey, this thing has gone past 2 days. You need to give him a deadline. When they passed 5 days, Edward, you should have said something. because you would have never let it pass more than a day. The players that Edward wanted to sign and didn't sign, and then because he came in, do you want to come to Liverpool? They said no, he keep on moving. Right? So that part, I totally agree with everybody's frustration on that part. I think that was a rookie mistake, on this side of the panel. I mean, on this side of the pond, a rookie means fresh, fresh or whatever, somebody new, greenhorn or wherever you say it on your side. That was a move that, no. When the agent indicated that he wants to come to Liverpool, right there, the arrangement needs to make. Do you want to come to Liverpool? He said, give me some time to go think about it with my family and the club. First of all, you knew that you had a club that is your boyhood club. If you knew that, why did you indicate to your agent that you want to come to Liverpool? That is where Richard Hughes should have been saying, bro, we came to you. We've been talking to you for weeks. You have indicated, you said no to Bayern, you said no to Barca, you said no to Manchester United, you said no to Arsenal twice. We are here. If you said no, we keep on moving. For example, when Liverpool did inquiries on Euro, and Euro said, I want to go to Real Madrid, Liverpool said, thank you very much. We walked away. When Hughes found out that he could not tempt Euro to come to Liverpool, he walked away. Why didn't you do the same thing with this one? When he said yes, you give him a day or two. Think about it. You do what you need to do. We're going. The fact that it became 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, that was where the mistake came in. Now, let's talk about the nonsense that is brewing around. Liverpool had the money ready. Nobody should come up here and tell me Liverpool did not have the money. They have the money. We need to stop with this foolishness that Liverpool do not have money. Do you guys know that you're making excuses for the owners when you say we don't have money and they cheat? They have money. We need to put pressure on them to spend that money. Stop saying they don't have money. They have money. The more you keep saying they don't have money, then they act like they don't have money. You have to understand how this thing works. Buyout clause is different from release clause. So the agent and his representative with the player will get the money from Liverpool, and Liverpool give it to the player goes and what? Pays, the player ends up paying himself. That's how it works with certain part of Europe, the buyout, clause. The player basically has to buy himself out. But that's what it means. So now, when they said, when Fabricio and certain people who English is their second language says they are negotiating for the fee, it doesn't mean that Liverpool is trying to get a cheap deal. It's just saying Liverpool is trying to negotiate the fee to give it to the player, and the player goes pay for it. The problem is the money was ready. Hughes gave this guy too much time to think. And when you give somebody who's undecisive too much time to think, what happens? They start to have, the devil's idle mind is the devil playground. So the more they think about it, the more they think probably he hasn't been able to convince his wife and kids. They probably say, nah, we don't. Probably Sociedad probably contacted his wife and said, don't let this guy leave. Because if you leave, you're going to go over there. You see the riots that is going there. They will put all kinds of stuff in their mind. They had ample of time, and then guess what happened? The man changes his mind. So, Richard Hughes, you did a very rookie mistakes. The PR is extremely, extremely embarrassing for Liverpool. Liverpool didn't, and the fans don't deserve that kind of PR. So when the fans are upset, I totally understand why they're upset. But if you're going to be upset, please make sense. Don't start making things up. I'm hearing a lot of nonsense going around with the fans making things up. So if you want to make things up, let me make one up. FSG purposely told Zubimendi to say yes and drag this along so that, because we never have the money. What about that, people? Tell me what you think. I'm going to pause and listen to what the community is saying, because it's not all about me. Let's go, realism. Big up to yourself. He said Chouamini, Bellingham, Lavia, Casedo, now Zubimendi. Exactly. The PR is embarrassing. Hugely damaging to image of clubs' prestigious status. Facts. That's true. I can't debate against that. I told you Hughes was on the fraud watch previously, and he is confirming that, and Edwards got to take some criticism as well. I agree with you. I don't know about the fraud, but I agree with you with the criticism from Edward. Big up yourself, Craig. Big up yourself. You should strike while the iron is hot when the player is having doubt. Thank you. When the player is having doubt, you walk away. The player, you guys seen the articles, pictures coming out talking about Liverpool was my dream. If something is your dream job, why do you change your mind? That does not make sense. The Gordon deal fell through earlier in the window for a similar reason. Hughes wasted too much time. That one has nothing to do with Hughes. Sorry, that one has nothing to do with. These guys were asking for too much money. They were asking for way too much money, and Liverpool should not just pay the money just because somebody say this is. None of you guys go to a place and that one I'm not going to put it on him. He went there. There was a conversation about Gordon. He was inquiring. The money came up, and he said, "No, we're not going to pay that kind of." Remember, Newcastle was desperate. They needed to have money, so they were trying to get as much money as they could possibly get. So that one, I'm not going to totally put it on him. Liverpool, do we really need Gordon when we have Gakpo and all those players on the left? The side that we need is the other side. Salah position needs somebody out there also. So with me, that one, maybe I'm also biased. Gordon now 10 to 15 more. Apparently, if they want to sell Gordon, they will sell him. And I don't think it's going to be that ridiculous amount. Gordon is not worth 85 million. If we're going to spend 85 million, go get me Musiala, go get me Isak, or go get me Henkapi. Don't spend 85 million on the talent that we got abundant. Heard from Fabrizio that Liverpool and Sociedad had discussed purchasing loan, but Liverpool opted to pay the release clause. Exactly. Pay more, but with better pay structure. Why didn't we just loan Bajek and Morton? The reason why they were trying to give it because Sociedad kept saying, oh, we don't have a replacement, because the other chap is also going to Arsenal. So Liverpool is trying to sweeten the deal for them. But then Liverpool's like, no, we have the money. We will give you the money. The money, like you guys heard me say, the money was there. They did not, Sociedad did what Sociedad is supposed to do, and is to keep the asset. Now, next year and the year before, will you get the same amount of money? I don't know. They said they did pay above the release clause by better payment. Yeah, they will give you the money. See, the thing with okay, so there's two ways. Like last year with Szoboszlai, Red Bull said we need our money. So Liverpool goes to the bank, take a loan for 70 million or whatever, how much we paid for, and we brought them the money. Now, if Red Bull said, yes, we need the money, but you could structure it for a year, that's cool. We could do that also. At the end of the day, you don't know until you talk to the other club. So that's what they did. So when people say, oh, Liverpool's trying to be cheap, that's BS. When Kwesi wears sunglasses, he means business. I'm telling you, man, I'm channeling my savage inner spirit today. Big up yourself, Trip Joe. Long time no see, brethren. Long time no see. He said Hughes not capable of handling big transfer. Bro, we don't know, but we will see. We will see. But the thing is, this is the part where I'm looking at Edwards, and Edwards should be there because, bro, this is his first year. This is all of them first year. You should be out there and say, this is what Liverpool do. This is what Liverpool do not do. So this is what I want you to do. So that's why I'm kind of criticizing. You guys know, Edward is my guy. I was very excited when he came back. Actually, I've been promoting for him to come back. But this one, I'm not going to just put it on Hughes. The man at the top also needs to be held accountable. People who say it's all PR and fake have cognitive distance. Realism, you're killing me. Well, go on. Do you think Richard Hughes is Liverpool standard? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, this is his first year, so let's see what he does. But that question is valid. I can. Bro, you are Liverpool now. You're not at Bournemouth. You see what I'm saying? So that's if people are asking you. Any of us decide to go get a job, they will ask us the same question. So, Michael, you're right. I mean, I am okay with messing up Anthony Gordon deal, but any you crazy. Hughes thinks Gordon is world class. I hope not, because go get me Musiala. You know, you guys know my list: Musiala, Nico, and Isak. You get me those, I will shut up. As a matter of fact, if you get me those, I'm FSG in. You see what I'm saying? I'm not FSG out or in because I think it's a ridiculous argument in the first place. You just have to know the facts and tell the truth. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're not, you're not. But none of the FSG in and out. But if you get me what I want, I might sway the other way. I'm just saying, hey, I go for the highest bidder because guess what? Liverpool wins. The Slot Hughes combination has less pull than Wayne Rooney in the nightclub. I don't think Slot is a good coach. I'm not going to say great yet because we haven't seen him in the Premier. He was great at the Eredivisie, so shout out to him. This one is Hughes and Edwards and the recruitment team. What? Don't come to the front of the class, Michael Ward. You are his director. I don't know how the power structure is. Ward, you are not getting away with this either. You are not getting away with this either. Yes, he was our main guy. This is the guy we wanted. Zubimendi was the guy. But the way the PR was going, you should also have said something. Edwards trusted you. You should have told something. You should have called Edward and say, bro, I don't think this guy has handled this thing the way you would have handled it. Or the way you train me to handle Liverpool business. Edwards would have called Hughes and say, bro, it's been 2 or 3 days. If he hasn't made up his mind, cut it off. Michael Corleone, LFC, the fact that he was at Bournemouth is a red flag. No, you can't say because Edward was at the Spurs too. So we can really say that, providing his talent. Yeah. Edward and Hughes, Keenan and Kale plus comedy. Will you take Wirtz? Yeah, he's a great talent, especially on both sides, because that guy can play the 10 and the right side. Hence the reason why I think he will be going to Madrid next year when Alonso take over. But Alonso is also, this year is a big year for him. What can you do if the player confirmed is going to join, then changes his mind? Very good question. So this is what we say. The player said, I want to come. We started because remember, people think that it only happened when David Ornstein said Liverpool is looking at the player. No, they've been talking for weeks. And if you listen to me, I've always said this deal, my sources told me this deal has been going on for weeks. The reason why it came out, that was because Real Sociedad have heard that this is a possibility for this guy to leave. He has turned down big clubs, Bayern, Barca, Arsenal, even Manchester United, Arsenal twice. So Real Sociedad did not think he was going to leave. Liverpool showed up and he's like, I think I want to leave. Then right there, the payment structure, when you knew the guy have said, yes, the payment structure should have been ready, and Real Sociedad, here's your money. Just like PSG did with Neymar against Barcelona. Barcelona did exactly the same thing Real Sociedad did, and PSG showed up with the briefcase with the cash. That is what Liverpool should have done. So I don't want to say, yes, we cannot put 100% blame on Liverpool, but the PR gives 100% blame on Liverpool. That's what I'm saying. Please, guys, share, subscribe, like, get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Come on, get the likes up, my people. It's a slot fault for saying he wants to assess the squad. Plays into why Liverpool have been inactive in the transfer window. We needed a Fab replacement for 2 years now. Endo is a stopgap, so it doesn't count. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. This team right now was fighting for a quad till March, right? So if he's coming in, he doesn't know who's who. The players there, we know how they play against. I mean, we know how they play when Klopp is there. Do you know how they will play if Slot is there? A lot of you guys already saying Gravenberch is good enough to play the 6. Would we have said that under Klopp? So the fact that a lot of us are like, sending players, even though some of you guys are not even, we're not too sure why we sold Carvalho. Have you been said the same thing if Klopp was there? That's the whole assessment thing that we're talking about, right? The fact that we went for Zubimendi tells everybody that they've known that there's a problem and they wanted to fix it. That is not the issue. The issue is how we were trying to fix the problem. That's what I'm saying. If Zubi was signed, I reckon that Grab and Zubi will have been the mid pivot. Yeah, McAllister too. They would have been, I mean, we would have so many options already. We got 9 of them, right? What will the 10th one hurt? So I'm saying that the problem is not that they don't know. They know what the problem is. The issue is how they're going about fixing the problem. That is what the PR thing is right now. You see what I'm saying? Said, just for over 4 months until Mo VVD Trent can talk to club outside. That one is a problem that started before Edwards. We can blame Edwards and his new structure for that. That one, blame the previous regime. And that one goes all the way to the top to the owners. That especially Trent and VVD should have been done. Mo is a whole different situation, right? So yes, I don't envy where they are right now in terms of Hughes and Edwards and Ward, but we are here, so fix it. Said knowing us, we probably end up signing Adrian Rabiot. Hey, Adrian turned us down, man. Remember, Rabiot is never coming to Liverpool. That is never going to happen. Yes, sir. Thank you, Realism. Please, people, like, subscribe if you haven't, share. When you subscribe, please hit that notification button. It's very, very important because you want to be notified right away when we are on. So please hit the notification button. It's the bell that's right by the subscribe. So please do so. Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. It's very disappointing, though, for the fan base because it puts damper on a very good preseason, and that is true. The PR is making us look bad. We are getting bantered, and rightfully so for some people, because some of us were too excited making songs and singing and all that foolishness. If the list that I think Realism listed with the Chouamini, the Jude, and all those people should tell, especially with the Caicedo issue that happened last season, should have told you, wait till the person is holding the jersey before you start singing. Now, my people, let's be real. There are a lot of content creators who were saying every single day that this guy is coming, this guy is coming, this guy is coming. Don't worry. And then when he changed his mind, they are the same people out here making the most noise, screaming on top of their lungs. Oh, I want Hughes out. It's Hughes' fault. It's this to that. Bro, you were the one making all that noise. You were the one who was stressing some of the fans out. And my people, this is the part where you have to be careful to who you listen with. And listen very carefully. Yes, we need somebody to come in through the door. However, wait till we get the okay from the club. This is the reason why Liverpool, usually you don't hear anything and then it's done. I don't know how David Austin heard about this deal because they've been talking about this for weeks. And I probably know why. It's because when Remember, Ornstein said Liverpool's looking because he was told, don't let it come out. Until the next day, it kind of spread out from Fabrizio and Joyce, and that's when he came out and said, yeah, he concurred with what everybody else was saying. But I think at the time when those big three found out who it was because they knew who the person had said, yes, I'm going to Liverpool. That's my dream, to go to Liverpool. All this nice stuff, everything was going according to plan. The problem is we waited too long. We should have, when the second day came in, the money should have been ready. You already knew what the money was because you've been talking about it for weeks. That's my frustration. Rabiot will turn us down for United rating in the stars. Let him go over there. Let Rabiot go over there. But the fact that there was a release clause, it's not a release clause. There's a difference. It's a buyout clause. And they didn't have to negotiate the fee, makes it worse. That's the thing. They were not negotiating the fee. They knew these guys were acting funny. The player, technically, in a nutshell, the player, realism, this is what you told me, right? The player supposed to buy himself out per Spanish labor laws. But since the player does not have 51 million, the buying club and the player representative will negotiate how the payment is gonna go. That is what the negotiation word was all coming about. The problem is you got people like Fabricio and some other Spanish people who English is their second language. They'll just say negotiate without giving you guys the true context of the whole situation. So the negotiation could have been Liverpool negotiation the payment to Zubimendi representative and how Zubimendi is going to pay himself out of the deal. That is what I think they waited way too long. And while they were doing this, guess what? This guy was also sitting there. His wife is probably telling him, bro, you're not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. Let's stay here. Real Sociedad is also saying the same thing. And then things got what it is. So the issue is having no alternative. That one, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. I don't know if that's entirely true because it makes no damn sense. I hope VVD, Trent Salah, and Ali leaves. They do deserve to be in the... They do not deserve to be in a useless. Liverpool is not useless. What are you talking about? Liverpool has given them every single thing that they most possibly want. Never mind the fans. This actually affects how we will have to compensate without natural 6 and hybrid 6. We have, okay, this manager is not going to play a destroyer. So let's get that out of the way. There's 3 different types of 6, right? There's a, let's say, using Soboslai type, or Gravenger type, or Yaya Toure type, or Kante type. The different type of 6 is what kind of midfield that this manager is going to play. Hence the reason why we were going after Zubimendi. Big up to guys, man. How you doing? Big up yourself. Give it up yourself. Rinse and repeat with LFC. How many players have we missed due to monetary issues, incompetence cultures? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's monetary. I want us to stop saying that. We have the money. We need to stop saying we don't have the money. The more you say that, the more the owners also say, well, we don't have the money. No, they have the money. This year, this summer alone, we could spend about 300 million. So, no. I'm not giving nobody excuse. We have the money. The part that I agree with you 1,000% is that incompetencies. That is the problem. And Edward was supposed to change that. How do you not have a backup player in case the player rejects? That one, we need to talk about that. That will be the next topic. He said, I'm joking with you. He said, I returned the flowers yesterday, man. Didn't you see me standing by the flowers? I returned it yesterday. They were talking about it was, they said it was some weed and that kind of stuff. Nah, there was some real flowers. So I returned them. But big up to people in the building. Thank you so very well. What you saying? Buyout clause. A player representative paid the money in the full for the Spanish FA, who then distribute it to the selling club, but that is rare and it's considered that the player demanding a transfer by fans. Yeah, so they do that so that the players don't just bolt out, right? You buy yourself out. If you're going to leave, buy yourself out. So the selling club will pay the representative. So that's where the whole negotiation word was coming from. They didn't, Fabricio and some of these people did not do well by explaining that part. But yeah, this is the part where I would like for us to talk more about. This thing infuriated the hell out of me. Now, whether it's true or not, this is what she said. Okay, so let me share this real quick so we can discuss, because I see that a lot of people, they said, before we get there, it said 3 types of DM: Perlo type, Makelele type, and Patriviera type. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And right now, the one that we want is the Perlo type. So we can, if the Perlo type is the one that we need, why are we going to go buy a Makelele? This is the part where I don't understand with some Liverpool fans think that we should just buy anybody just for the sake of it. It doesn't work like that. So this is a very, very good point right there. If you have these types, you pick one. You don't just buy anybody just for the sake of buying them. This is the one. I'll be right back, people. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. So as you can read, this is what I was reading about earlier. It's not far-fetched conclusion to reach that some of Liverpool conservatism this summer rotates around what might happen in the next one. That does not make sense, Melissa. But people, replacing a large chunk of the spine of the squad will be taxing and expensive challenge. I'm gonna calm down. This is what I replied. This statement sounds like a speculation from the journalist. If accurate, then this will be a serious risk that is not needed for a new manager and the squad. Moving spending forward does not change the fact that you still need to spend. What is she talking about? This is people out here trying to make things up as we go. That does not make sense to me at all. She made a big statement that does not make sense. What do you mean maybe? Like, this is a statement that is like a PR person wrote for her and she just read it or just typed it, right? And this is the part where a lot of people are saying if Liverpool do not go, let's just say she's accurate, let's just say she's telling the truth, and Liverpool decide, oh, we are not going to go buy any more players because we are good. That means you're setting up the manager for failure. Yes, this is the squad that challenged for quad last season. But then you still have to supplement him with something so that in a case there's an injury situation, the manager don't have to suffer. If you are saying it's going to be too expensive to do it this year, what makes you think that it's going to be cheaper to do it next year? That it does not make sense at all. Right? Regardless of when you spend the money, you're going to have to spend the money, and knowing how inflation works, it's going to get more expensive next year. So what is that? What does that mean? Now, I could possibly think maybe they say they want to put it out there so that they don't seem or they don't appear to be desperate. Because now if they appear to be desperate due to this, debacle that just happened, then every team that you go trying to buy a player from is going to cost you a lot of money, right? So that could be the reason why they kind of showing a little bit of face and now we good, we don't need this, we don't need this. But the thing is, we all know Liverpool need players. Whether we're going to get the players that we want or not, we do need players. Now, we went for a specific DM. He's not available. So move on to the next one. I'm pretty sure you have a plan B and plan C. If your plan B and plan C is not ready yet, then go get another the other option, because we know that we need to buy another position. So go get another position. Now there's a talk of this new goalkeeper, Georgie. I can't say his last name. Get it done. Now I understand that you want to negotiate, but this time your PR is not looking good right now. So this is something that it should not be dragging on. There's also rumors that PSV has walked away from the Vandenberg's deal that they've been trying to do. Now I know for sure that it's not just PSV who's trying to get him. There's also Wolfsburg who wants him back. So Liverpool say 20 million, stick to it, or come up with a different payment structure where it gets to, there's some add-ons that it gets to where you are. Yes, because of this PR debacle, everybody will want to take advantage of Liverpool. Let's be honest. I mean, that's the whole reason why some people are very, very frustrated. And that's because everybody knows this is not a good look. Now, Liverpool, you are speaking from a place of disadvantage, especially with the way this whole Zubimendi situation has gone through. You want to make sure, it has hurt us trying to sign some people. Now, if this had happened in July, people would have been, okay, let's go get another person. You know what I mean? Big up to gangs. What are you saying? Kwesi, honest prediction. Do you think we will sign anyone? If so, who? And we'll leave ourselves short yet again. This is the power of Liverpool. I was talking to this with my brother Ants. It always feels like we are 1 year behind. Right? The style that this manager wants to play is what Thiago Alcantara needs to play. But he came at a point where and played with a manager who was more high-tech, high-running, blah, 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 and it didn't fit Thiago. Personally, I think we were probably going to sign 3 more, and that is the goalie and 2 more players. I was thinking it was going to be 4, the goalie and 3 players, but unless they do something, I don't want them to do something off the cuff that it will show up as, oh, you guys were being, that was a panic buy, right? So I think they will sign some players. I think the center back position, they're not gonna they're not gonna go into a season with what we have. Yes, we have Gomez, but Gomez is the utility player. He's gonna go both sides. I always predicted that 2 max at the start. Yeah, I was hoping that 3 max for the window, because honestly, we have to be honest. This is the thing. Yes, we need players, but this team is still good. We cannot pretend that this team is not good. Now, is it good enough to keep going forward? That could be that's the question. Center back and DM. That one, I'm with you. Because we needed to replace Matip, so I was like, yeah, center back and then a DM for sure. But right now, I think it's going to be a center back and maybe a winger. That's what I think. I think Hincape is still in play. The Bastoli one, I don't know if he wants to come in. You know, he's the number one option in Inter, and then he's coming to Liverpool to be a number 2 or number 3 or possibly a number 4 option. You see what I mean? So that one is always sketchy on that one. But I'm all for Hincapié. Inacio, maybe, we never know. Inacio might be a play. You know what I mean? What's the name? The Barcelona also is, they play tomorrow against Real Madrid. So maybe after that one, maybe we could see some movement. Because, you know, from what we heard, Inter need money. So there might be a possibility where they're going to lose some players. So that's what I'm thinking. But I believe that we will sign some players. I think they got what, today's 13. They got 18 days. If 18 days they don't sign at minimum of 2 players, then yes, Richard Hughes, we gonna be watching you with the bombastic side eye. You got 18 days, right? You were able to give, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, all the conversation has been told to us is by them. I'm not saying Junos. This is coming from the club themselves. You know, when you hear Virgil speak, when you hear Slot say, we are working hard in the background, and if we see something, we will go for it. So I think that this guy was not the only option. He was their primary option, but I don't think he is the only option. I think a center back will come in. I don't know a DM now, but I think there will be another type of forward player, whether it's a ready-made player or somebody who's going to come in and deputize Salah, as they always say. But I think something is coming. I don't think they're going to leave us like this. Man, if you go into the new the season start, and honestly, if Liverpool needed Zubimendi to play Ipswich, then we have a problem, right? If Liverpool needed Zubimendi to play Ipswich, then we have a problem. So I believe we will have players by the end of the season, right? Now, the other question is these rumors that popped up from nowhere talking about Diaz is going to City. That one is a bunch of crap, not true. Even Fabrizio came out and said this, you know, his sources from City have said that nothing is going on that side. Liverpool is not going to sell to direct rival. If they're going to sell to direct rival, trust me, it will be more than 75 million. And honestly, City already have two left-sided. They have Greenwich and they have Savio, and they have Doku. So where will Diaz play if he goes to City? Now, Barcelona do not have the money to buy a 75 million or 80 million player like Diaz. A lot of people, people have to understand the Barcelona content creators and their press are very good at working together. They will create a story and all of them will say the same thing. They told us that Nico Williams have said yes. What happened to that deal? You see what I mean? They told that he has said yes. What happened to that deal? So I don't think he's going to Barcelona or he's going to City. I know there was another Liverpool content creator who always come up and say something. I don't want to mention his name, talking about Liverpool wants to sell him. If Liverpool want to sell Diaz, they would have sold him a long time ago. They would have not waited till he comes back from international duties to sell him. They would have made that deal a long time ago, because if Diaz wanted to go to Barcelona, trust me, Liverpool would have been one of the first deals to be working it, because that puts money into your pocket. So that one, I think, is a no conversation. Diaz is not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, Diaz wants a new contract to stay at Liverpool. Yes, sir. Big up to Honesty is in the building. Good to see you. Liverpool have put their faith in Darwin, and Slot spent time on the floor with him forward when he was away in Copa America. Yeah, so tell him that the striker was the center of his plan. Yeah, let's see what happens. People are also forgetting that we have Jota. Jota has started the season of the preseason very well. All we need to do with Jota is keep him fit. David Lynch on Bastoni. There's at least a little bit of interest from Liverpool's side, but I find it hard to believe he's a target in this window. Yeah. We talked about this. PSG have walked away from Vandenberg. Yeah. Bye-bye. Gracie, I believe Liverpool haven't been killers in the league in transfer. And that winning is a vital sense in all areas, such as let go player when they should. Well, until now. That's the thing. The older regime kept players too long, right? This one, they're trying to they're doing it quicker, right? In terms of sales, loans, we are doing it way, way faster than what the other regime. Within the course of 2 days, we sold 2 players and 2 older ones went on loan, and more to come. The thing is, this summer was going to be hard. If you didn't think that way, then I think you were cheating yourself. Copa America and Euro was going to make it tough, and getting a brand new manager. If this was Klopp, all these deals would have been done. If this was Klopp, this would have been done because he knows he's in the trenches. He knows who he needed, and he doesn't need to do any assessment. But the fact that the new manager, because Klopp is going to play the same style, the same system, the same whatever, right? Tactics. This guy is coming in and he's trying to assess the players based on his tactics. That's the whole reason why the assessment is. And people saying, oh, you don't need all this time. Bro, how are you going to assess him if you don't play games? It's not assessing the big boys. If he's going to assess the big boys, then they'll have a problem. He's assessing the people that are probably in the fringes and say, should I keep you or should I sell you? Those are the players he was assessing. He's not assessing Diaz. He's not assessing McAllister. He's not assessing Virgil. He's not assessing Alisson. It's the other ones that he's assessing. No news. Yeah, that no news is good news for Star Trend. Yep. Yeah, from what we hear, yeah, Real Madrid has cooled, but for me, until he signs the contract, I don't believe anything anybody says. Everton continue to explore deal for Victor Rook, 25. Yeah, immediately rejected by Barcelona. They broke, man. Jamie Carragher, when you look at the Liverpool squad, they are a center-back short and a real top holding midfielder short. And they are missing an attacking player with blistering pace. That's true. I agree with him. You know what I mean? They were trying to fix the problem. The problem is the way they try to fix the problem has embarrassed all of us. Sometimes you can't keep acting like you are the smartest person in the room. Eventually, somebody's going to outsmart you. It looks like Stoke fans are excited after Luis Kuma's debut. Yeah, that guy is good. And I think he's on loan too. So hopefully he will get a good run in over there and come back next year ready to play. Or we will make more money on him. And at the end of the way, Liverpool always wins. So the thing is, this thing has embarrassed us. We were good. It's just like everybody is so frustrated that this situation has caused more chaotic things than what it's supposed to be. And if you pay attention and listen to what some people are saying, you'll be like, bro, you speaking garbage. Good evening, boss. Good to see you, RTV Sport. Do you think the talk about no alternative being signed is a small screen distract? I think it is. Personally, I think it is. RTV, check this out. You went for somebody, the person says no, and you go straight to the next person. What do you think the other person is going to tell you? Oh, you want me now? You're going to pay this. So because now you're desperate. You see what I mean? Look at the time is left, 18 days left. So you're desperate. So personally, that's what I believe. For you to still feel your macho-ness and your big club status, You have to have a way of telling people, nah, we cool. We have a good squad. So now when you show up, people will be like, well, yeah, they can walk away. They cool. So that's how I think. It's a tactics, and hopefully it works. People, please, please, please get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. If you just showed up, please get the likes up. Question, why aren't we looking at Mo Salah understudy? That's why I wanted Kudus. Well, Nico Williams. But right now, if we don't get anybody this season and Salah leaves, you better get me Musiala. You better get me Musiala. Because Mo Salah is not going to play all these games by himself. Yes, we have Elliott who could play there, so Bosley can play there. Setting games, you can shift Diaz on that side. So maybe that's how they think it. But if Mo Salah leaves, you better get me Musiala. Yeah, you go in there, you give him the 120, and you walk with Musiala. As a matter of fact, he got 2 years left. So next year, he will have a year left. That next year would have been a great deal to sign Musiala. And from what we're seeing, he's not going to resign a new contract. Musiala is not going to sign a new contract. So this maybe, I told you, my sources have told me Liverpool are in it. City is also in it. Madrid, I don't know if Madrid will spend that kind of cash. They'll probably go for Wirtz instead of, Wirtz to replace Modric. So I don't think they will go for Musiala. But Musiala will be a big hot ticket next summer, for sure. If he stays this summer, he will be a big hot ticket for next summer. People in the chat, please, thank you. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Kwesi, do you believe Six report that what's the name? Report that LFC is still looking at Rodri? And if true, do you think we will? Oh, Rodrigo. I don't know about the whole Rodrigo thing. I don't think Madrid wants to lose him because I don't know. That one is very interesting because Madrid did not spend that kind of they didn't spend that much money this summer. This is the part where when people cry, oh, we don't want Mbappe. Guess what? Mbappe went to Madrid for free. So I don't know what people are talking about. Musiala will be tough to get from Bayern right now. Plus, I don't think he wants to go. Well, he said he's not going to sign a new contract. He has made it clear. You could tell he was not happy at all with what happened to them last season. This season is a brand new manager. So let's see what happens. But if he does not sign a new contract, for sure next year's season, he's out. Look who's here. He finally showed up.
I'm so sorry. What's going on, guys?
No, keep talking to the people. I'll be right back.
Yeah. What's going on, people? Hope everyone is well. How's everyone doing today, man? After the fiasco, the situation with Zubimendi. But you know what, guys? Probably some of you are thinking, yeah, I wanted this guy, but I believe these things happen for a reason. Nevertheless, I'm disappointed with it all. Who's to blame? I don't have a clue. Some would say Liverpool, some would say FSG, some would say Hughes. I don't know. It's a bit sticky.
Man, good to see you. Man, I went through my rant. I don't know whether it's a rant or whatever, but I mean, the whole situation is comical and embarrassing at the same time. Personally, I think Hughes made a very big rookie mistake. When, like I've said, the player said yes long time. Yeah, this is not just happened, right? The player said yes long time ago. When he said yes, the money should have been ready for him to get the deal done. The money was there, right? They were negotiating how they're going to give the money to the representative to go buy him out. The thing that Hughes did was, why did you give him 5 days to think or 7 days to think?
It's a long time to think,
You
for
know what I'm
someone.
saying?
Yeah, I get that. Look, the thing is, I'm not trying to make excuses for them because I'm disappointed. I want to see quality players in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, why were they trying to negotiate a buyout clause? Is it because they were being that stingy, or was it being because that they wanted to have more money, more players coming in? So part of the FFP, was it to make it, paying a little bit more to have more players in? Maybe they're bringing a goalkeeper and another DM or I don't know, or a winger or something like that. What were they trying to do? I don't have a clue. Could it be
But go ahead.
Could it have been that, or could it have been just simply they'd made, like you said, a rookie mistake where, generally they really messed up? Because the thing is, when you look at it, like a week is not a long time, really and truly. What it is just because it's so late in the window. It's so late in the window that that it's very difficult to find targets if they have got targets. Is there a plan B?
Right.
Is there other players? Now other players will look at them. It's like the Calcedo situation in some ways, because now maybe other midfielders will think, well, it's been public that you've been trying to get someone else. Now you want me? No, I'm sorry, it can't work that way. Or yeah, give me another 100, £10,000 on my wages or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just a very sticky situation, man.
Yeah. So the thing is, they have the money because how do you call it? The Spaniard, their labor laws are different, right? So there is a difference between a buyout clause and a release clause.
Yeah.
So with the Spanish one, the player technically, so in the layman's term, has to buy himself out.
Yeah.
So how they do it is the buying club will give the money to the representative, and the representative will do it for the player, because no player has 51 million sitting in the bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole word of negotiation was they were negotiating to give the money to the player's representative, right? That's where the whole, when Fabrizio, people also need to understand Fabrizio, English is his second language. So sometimes when he say things, you can't just take it from what the word is. He's just trying to interpret through the way he understands it. So they use these bad words, negotiation, talking, this and that.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where Liverpool at first said, you know what, if you guys are worried that you don't have somebody now, we can give you Bacetic as a loan. But then Liverpool went back and said, you know what, no, we will give you the money. As a matter of fact, we'll give you even a little bit more just to get this thing done. The problem that I have is Edwards or Ward. Ward is not innocent in this. Ward should have been calling Edward and say, bro, this guy is not operating the way you would have operated or the way you taught me how to operate. He's giving this kid way too much time. Get the deal done right now. Because when the time that we heard that he's the one that we want, he had already shown he has told his representative that he wants to come to Liverpool. Hence the reason why we know about it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
So at that time, you should have the money ready to go. You don't give him 2 more days to think about it when his wife and kids are saying, no, we want to stay here. And no. If they want to stay here, bro, I'm trying to set our family up for good. You have to make sacrifices.
No, absolutely. And look, you're right. This is the thing. But look, I believe things do happen for a reason. I was just telling the the guys in the chat.
Yeah.
As you just went off. Look, as much as he's a brilliant player and stuff like that, this guy has turned down everyone except Real Madrid, who haven't knocked in yet. And I believe that's where. By the way, I believe that's where he'll end up at Madrid at some point. Maybe he's waiting for Madrid one day. I don't know, but I don't want a player that's not committed at my club. It's as strange as it is.
Thank you.
I don't want it. I mean, I weren't really excited about Zubimendi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, he's a great player. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, for real. Would everyone
Mm-hmm.
anyone want him? Yeah, but you know when someone's going on like how he's going on, like like it's kind of like what? Am I too good for this club? Am I this? Am I that? Stop questioning it. This is one of the biggest clubs in the world that's come in for you. Yeah, if you're
Mm-hmm.
interested, like the other clubs, just let's
Mm-hmm.
not just get it twisted. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You just go. Um, at Brazy, what you're saying about the big fish in a small pond sort of thing. It
Mm-hmm.
could be, but you know what, bro? I really believe this guy. He could have this big affiliation, like the Gerard thing. Like wanting
That's what.
to.
That was the problem. Yeah.
It could be that, or he
It's the
could be
same thing.
waiting. Yeah,
Yeah.
he might
That's
not
a
be able
good
to
point.
speak English.
Mm-hmm.
He might want to go. He might want to stay in Spain, but he wants to play for Real Madrid or
Yeah.
something like that. It could be all these things, but I don't want that. I don't want a player that we may, in a few years' time, maybe at the end of his contract, he'll probably go for nothing to Real Madrid.
Mm.
I want players that are committed. That'll be, what, I like this. I want to join this. Alonso did it and stuff like that. Yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
he got his move in the end, but. But what disappoints me the most, Quasi, in all of this and
Mm.
chat, is the fact that we don't have a plan B.
That is
We
the
don't.
part where I need us to talk about, because
Okay.
here's the thing. I don't know if you saw Melissa's quote, which makes no sense to me when I read it, because she's trying, this word of, these Junos, they try to use words. Just go straight to the point, right? You cannot tell me that Zubimendi was your plan A and you didn't have a plan B. That part is not fair to the manager. It's not fair to the squad. And if this were to happen, we have a problem, right?
We have a big problem.
You have a big problem because, listen, I understand maybe they don't want to show that we are desperate. So that's why they put it out there, say, you know what, we are good with the options, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's total bullshit, that is.
If I won't be able to tell whether it's true or not until after on the 1st of September, which is 19 days away. But I'm gonna stay on the side. So for my mental health, so that I don't lose my shit, I'm gonna say they just bluffing. It's just a poker game, right? I'm just saying they're playing a poker game, because if I'm out here trying to buy something from VYBEZ after 12 men have rejected me, I don't want to go to VYBEZ and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You be like, bro, how much are you going to give him? 10 million? I want 12. So I'm going to be like, you know what? Nah, screw it. I'm good. Then 3 days later, I'll be like, hey, VYBEZ, is that thing still on sale? You know what I mean? So when you give me that 12 million, I'm like, bro, I'll give you 10.5. You'll be like, no, I want 12. If you don't negotiate, you'll be like, I can walk away. I don't really need this. I'm just doing this you know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking they're doing. Because if right away they would have gone to another player, oh my God. It would have been embarrassing. The other club would have also made it worse for us. They would have tried to do the same thing so that, remember the player that we paid 35 million for, what's his name?
When
the
was
striker.
this?
The striker. When
Carroll.
Yeah. As soon as Newcastle knew Liverpool have made 50 million of Torres, what did they do?
Yeah, they just taxed us off, bros.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what that's the silver lining that I'm looking through at. But you are right. If they don't have anybody else, please go ahead.
Yeah, this is the problem. If you're not, we had a similar issue with Zubimendi. We're looking for. I've never known a club or a transfer window that we've gone through that we needed a central midfielder or a DM or something like that, and you go and put in bids or something like that for a midfielder, and then you end up coming back with just a striker,
right?
And they had no plan B in that situation. They ended up getting a striker. They didn't find any other midfielder in the world of football. Forget know, Zubimendi, the world of football.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Caicedo. And obviously, people have said, like it's its anniversary of the failed transfer when this
Mm-hmm.
one happened. Are they going to do the same thing? There's a world of players out there, Varela's, your Trinidadis, your Edisons, your Whartons as well, stuff like that. You've got
Mm-hmm.
players out there, and then suddenly to come out and say, "Oh well, Liverpool feel that they've got enough at the moment." That's just all rubbish. They're
Yes.
trying to disrespect what we think. But you know what, guys? They don't care. That's the thing. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care that you and I and people are going to be really upset about this. They're going to think, no, we've got midfielders. We don't need that, bro. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to think that at all. They're not going to care about our feelings,
Mm-hmm.
which is disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to also say this, that you see some of us Liverpool fans,
Mm-hmm.
not everyone, but some of us Liverpool fans, we get too excited for nothing. Did we really expect this? Did we really expect it? And I think this is probably a lesson to some of us as well, to realize that, this is how some of our people in the club work. This is not, for me, this is not an FSG situation. As much as
Nah.
I don't like them and I want them out,
Yeah.
I believe this is not an FSG situation. This is to do with, like you said, a child, a childish error
Mm-hmm.
from someone that's supposedly being a good, a guy that could bring in players at Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
This is Liverpool at the end of the day. You don't make mistakes like this because you'll be crucified in the
That's
media.
the part that would, even though it's not his fault, he did what he needed to do to get everything right.
Yeah.
But the PR is not on his side.
No, but he dilly
You know what I
dallied,
mean?
like you said.
He was too naive. I think this is a naive person who, it's okay to be naive. We all, but at the end of the day, so somebody's asking, Brazy said, do you think that FSG should move on to Maxence Conqueror from Lyon? Do you know who that person is?
I'll be real. I don't. I've been away for a little while, so I'm not really good with these players that have been doing anything last season and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is they've got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
There are still players out there. That
Yeah.
guy that we were linked with all of last season and stuff like that, yeah, in the Brazil league, Trinidad.
Oh, Anderson?
No, is it? No, I think
No.
Trinidad.
Andres.
Andre, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, I know there's been rumors that he might be going Fulham. Has he actually already signed?
Nah, he's not going. Fulham decided not to go for him because Fulham now when Paulinho left, they replaced Paulinho with Smith Rowe and another person that I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this kid, I don't know who he actually is. I'm sorry, Brazy, if you can give us some more information. He said he needs to realize this is Bournemouth. He wasted the whole summer doing nothing. It's not a good. See, he may have been working, but the way things are, the PR is on his side. So when there's negativity coming in, it's like, bro, I want to defend you because you did everything. The player changes mind. The question is, why did you give the player so much time to think?
Do you know that there's that as well? But KZ, big up to you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There is one thing as well in all of this, yeah. Just bear in mind that, again, it sounds like I'm making excuses. I'm not. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this, like you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we had the Euros in the summer. We had we had was it a Copa America as well? Was that going on?
Mm-hmm. Copa America, yeah.
Yeah,
and then the Olympics came in.
Yeah, and the Olympics after that. We've had a few situations where players are focused on their national teams and that. Mm-hmm. Yes, I get it. There are there might be rumors that they were talking previously way before that, but their entourage and their contracts would be like, what, let us focus on the the Euros or this or that before we talk. And I think that could have played a factor with why it's been done late. Because a player has just come back from Spain and wanted his little holiday because he's got a big grueling season ahead. that's probably why it was delayed a little bit. But again, nevertheless, they should have got this deal done quick. But again, there's this thing in my mind, guys, you know, where I'm just feeling that this guy wasn't committed. Would there have been Aquilani situation and all this?
That's why we were getting. Was it you or somebody who brought it up a couple of days ago? We were on a show. You said it has an Aquilani feel to it.
It was me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Aquilani was a good midfielder. You know, he was brilliant at Fiorentina. Then he came here and he just
injured and all this kind of things.
Injured, just didn't, you know, was homesick. Bam, they sent him straight off or somewhere. And yeah, I mean, I don't want that for the club. I don't want, I want fully committed players that will die to come to this club. And I think we can still do that. But, you know, whether it's just you know, something to just make us not expect any players coming in, you know, is it the fact that, you know, they're just trying to say, well, no, we're okay with players, but they'll just bring one in to surprise us anyway.
I think that's what the thing was.
Yeah, because this is a disappointment, a huge disappointment. But we've kind of set ourselves to fail up here, lads, because we wanted this. We were making videos of welcome to Liverpool and stuff like that. You know, sometimes in life, this is my motto sometimes, not to be disappointed. Don't believe anything until you see the guy holding the shirt.
Thank you. That's the thing that a lot of fans who are upset, I'm like, why are you upset? We told you. This is the thing. Liverpool was doing it right until David Ornstein got wind of it and broken out the news. This was going to be an Fabinho moment. It was supposed to be a surprise. Right? So that weekend that Ornstein broke the news, but that weekend he was supposed to be about to hold the Liverpool jersey. But I think Real Sociedad was like, wait a minute. We're going to lose him and the other guy to Arsenal. And I think Real Sociedad did not think that he was going to change his mind. And it caught them by surprise.
Sorry, can I just obviously go to KZ's comments as well? Big up, bro. Listen, you see when you're saying that, you know, these are not great excuses, they're poor excuses. Bro, I'm 100% with you. Let's not get this twisted, yeah. I'm a Liverpool fan as well. Yeah. What I would say is you're right. You know, everything that you've been putting down as well, bro. Like, you know, 3 weeks is impossible. Why leave it so late? 100%. But you know, as much as these guys are big mans, that they're making money and, you know, they're in the job that we would probably want to do. Yeah. They make mistakes as well. And these are big mistakes and they're going to get cooked for this.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. But could you imagine, like Kwasi said, at the end of the season, at the end of the transfer window, that
and they don't bring anybody.
One in, what we're going to be like towards them. You're 100% right. But, you know, this is the thing, innit? You know what I mean? They're there to be shot at with these high positions. But I just feel something is, you know, they just don't care.
Yeah, and this is the thing, KZ, we were not penny pinching. This has nothing to do with money. I mean, we were even willing at one point to give them, what's his name? Bacetic. And then we said, no, we will give you the money. This has nothing to do. The thing is, I believe we were too naive. We thought that we were, you know, we were the big boy in the room. You know, Madrid would have got it done because it's Real Madrid. This is the part where, you know, yesterday I kind of agree with what Zubimendi and G was saying. We are a big club, and I think Liverpool is the biggest club in the world. But the rest of the world don't see it that way.
You know what? Let's not get that twisted, yeah? I'll tell you this now. I don't care what anyone says, yeah? We are the best and the biggest club in the world. And I could be biased. But you know
something? That's the thing. That's what I say. Thank you for saying that. That's what I say.
Yeah. In England, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't care about that Manchester United team. They've won 20 titles. And yes, I know some of you might be thinking, well, you know, that was years ago and we've only won one title and stuff like that. But we're still that club. We are still that club. Yes, we've lost a charismatic manager, yeah, that could potentially bring in players that, you know, through his, you know, what his plans are and stuff like that. but we're still that club. We can still pull, and I don't care
still
what
pull.
anyone's.
And
Yeah.
technically, this guy we had him because if all the report that the big boys are saying, none of them say that it wasn't the people want to equate it with the Caicedo situation. No, this is a different.
Yeah, but
Caicedo, yes, sir.
Sorry to butt in, but you know the thing is, all right. This guy, remember, turned down some other so-called bigger clubs. He turned down Man United. He turned down Arsenal.
Yeah,
he turned down
twice.
Barcelona. Yeah, twice exactly. You know, we got him to a point where where he was going to join, or something does not happen at the end. But remember this as well. He ain't no Diego Maradona, or he ain't no Sergio Busquets or Xavi. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a standard player that is a great player. It's 51 million. It wasn't 235 million.
Yeah.
So what I mean, it wasn't that we're punching above our weight. That I've heard some other people were saying that we punch above our weight. He's a 51 million pound player. How much did Szoboszlai cost us last year?
70, and we paid the money. They wanted it cash, and we paid it.
Right. So I don't want to be hearing that. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to be hearing that, we are, we're not that club. We are that club.
We are the club.
Anyone that says that we're not that club, right, should be ashamed of, because
bro, thank you for saying that, because I'm tired of people saying we don't have money. Because when you keep saying we don't have money, guess what the owners will say? Yes, we don't have money. That is the reason why, if you can't keep making fun of somebody, if you keep making fun of me, and then I eventually say, okay, then what? You have no more jokes.
Yeah.
They have the money. They have the money. And this guy saying Chelsea will have got the deal done because they are serious about closing the deal. Have you heard that what's the name is coming back?
Who's that?
Gallagher is back in London training with the under 21s. Who was the kid that the deal that they were supposed, the Spanish and that Olympic striker who were from Atletico Madrid, who the deal was done, and then Chelsea decided to shortchange him, so that the deal has fallen through. That's the whole reason why they're going after Felix, because that's the only way they can get Gallagher the other way. It has to be sell and buy. The same thing that people make fun of Liverpool. So people, nobody this summer is doing anything spectacular. If you're gonna say Mbappe went for free. City bought a kid from Brazil. All right, his name is Savio. Manchester United has been bargaining and dealing with players that nobody wants. The late, but Bayern don't want the late. That's why they let him go. If they wanted him, man, you would have to pay 80 million for that kid. So this is the power of people. Yes, what other people doing looks nice and it looks like they got their shit together. Be careful what you say when you think the other side is greener.
Something here, like you just said, but you see, like Chelsea, Chelsea will bring in everyone. They spent over £1 billion on their team. But you know what? The players that they bring in, they're bringing in with stupid amount of money, and there's no structure in that club. So I'm not even worried if Chelsea bought in Mbappe, right, instead of him going to Madrid. Would I be concerned? No. He's a great player. Felix is one of those great players. He was one of those great players before he made that mistake to go to Atletico and learn how to defend instead of playing his natural position. But he was nothing at Chelsea last year or the year before, whenever he was there. All the players that they brought in, Caicedo, have I been scared of him at all? No. Lavia, he's been injured most of the season. Mudryk, big good-looking guy that Arsenal wanted, and bam, he went to Chelsea and he's now a donkey over there. They're a mess. United are a mess. They just throw money into things. That's not a way to be. As much as you might have these players' shirts and these players' thing, they're not great. They're not great players. They're making stupid mistakes going to these clubs. But I know what you guys are saying, that they'll get the deal done. They've got money. They've got to be a bit. We got to be a bit more careful. I don't know.
Why.
We finished above Chelsea last year, so we'd have brought in more revenue. We've got the money. But the question is, who,
if we have a bunch of 7 and 7.5s and you need a player, why are you gonna go get a 6 and a 6.5?
Right.
We need the 8s and the 9s. We can't. Liverpool fans, we gotta learn that we need the best, right? And the best doesn't have to be 100 million.
Yeah.
You just have to get the right player for the right system. We keep saying DM. I'll just show you. There's, Realism said there's a Perlo type as a DM, there's Makelele type, and then there's a Vieira.
Yeah.
This manager needs a
please.
Perlo type.
Give me a
So we
second.
can't go get a Makelele and put him in there, and then now we want him out like people want Endoa.
Yeah, Kwasi, give me a second, please. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got about a couple of minutes. KZ, your point here. We were not trying to do a payment structure or whatever. You have to understand, and I've explained it again. The buyout clause is different from the release clause. The buyout clause, the player and his representative is supposed to buy that one, not the buying club. Now, the buying club gives the money to the player's representative and then they pay it off. Liverpool were willing to give the money. I don't know where this thing, I understand Fabricio and some of the Spanish people keep saying negotiating. You have to understand English is their second language. So they use those words to express what they tried to say. They didn't give the full context to what the whole thing was. Remember, Liverpool were willing to give Bachetek to them, and then they pulled back and said, no, we'll give you the whole money. The problem is they gave the guy too much time for Real Sociedad to change his mind. That is our problem. Conor Bradley better than Mazzarri. Yeah, I think so. Mazzarri is pretty good, but he's injury prone. That's not a player you want at Liverpool. Okay. No, we don't want to spend 500 mil. We just want the problem areas in the squad addressed to give us the best chance for the season. That is what we're saying.
Yep. 100%.
The best to fix those problems, you can bring somebody who's worse than the one that you already have. That is the problem. That's the thing. You have to bring somebody with equal or better.
Yeah, this is the thing. We can bring. We still. It's not a lot of time. Absolutely, and you know what? Players now going to think, oh, I'm your third choice, second choice, third choice. Yeah. So there is going to be problems. So I do take it. What my guy was chatting about in the chat. KZ.
Yeah, KZ. Yeah.
So it makes it impossible for real. And this is what the problem is right now. Are they going to bring anyone in? Is there a plan B? And you know what? As much as I want to say that there is, I don't think there is going to be a plan B. But
if there's not, Baz, Edwards, you're going to be hearing it. People love you, but you're going to feel it. Because this is the thing. We have to remember, this is the squad that was fighting for a quad till March. So that means they are good enough. The question is, we have problem areas that needs to be fixed. So when you bring somebody else in, you have to make sure they are up to par. The difference between us and Chelsea and Manchester United is Manchester United and Chelsea are where we was when Klopp first came in.
Yeah.
So they just buying players just for the sake of buying players. Until they get to where we are, when they get to where we are, you're gonna see them getting players that you'd be like, oh, those high caliber. That's why what's the name didn't want to go there. What's the name? Dion. Yes, they owe him money, but he could have gone to Man U. Man U were willing to pay that 17 million that Barcelona owed him, but he chose to stay. So because Man U is not at the place, Casemiro came in, Champions League Casemiro, Champions League Varane, they came in. What did they do? Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be there forever, but I'm just saying you have to understand where they are and where we are. We are top 3 of everything. Champions League, everything. So we can't just bring anybody in. If you're going to bring anybody in, it better be a kid like Trey.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what Liverpool fan, we need to get into our head. We can't just say, oh, we don't want a 500 million player. No, we need the best and the one that fits. So right now, if you were to ask me a DM, why won't we go get Fofana from Monaco?
This is the thing. We there are players in this pool, pool of of world football that we could bring in that will be an improvement. Or like my guy was saying, obviously, in problem areas that we need strengthening in. We've got those. We should be doing that. We 100% should be doing that. And Brazy on this Van Dijk thing, 100%. Look, he's being a captain. Yeah, he's been a captain. He could have put himself in on the fire there by saying, saying that, we need players and stuff. You know how people actually talk up and stuff like that, and they can get themselves into trouble. But he's right. We do need players. He can see it. He can see that he's not going to be there forever, or if he cares about the club, or if we need another centre back or left centre back or left back or DM. He knows. He plays with. He plays and trains with his squad every day before they play their main game on a weekend or whatever. Yeah, we definitely do. And I think in some ways it was good him actually saying that, because then it just puts the situation on the management to like, well, we do need players. So yeah, he's right on that. And we should be looking to give him an extension on his contract and Trent as well.
Yeah. And the thing is, the way he even answered it was based on the amount of games we play. We knew we do need reinforcement.
Yeah, that's called having a squad, having like a strength and depth to challenge for these titles and to hopefully win them.
Yeah, so and then the thing about his contract also, I think they've talked to him. The thing is, people need to be careful on how they answer those questions. I know somebody say, "Oh, they haven't talked to him." No, they've talked to him. He would have said it if they didn't talk to him. What he said is they haven't presented me with a contract, and which they haven't. Which is totally different. I'm pretty sure when he showed that, they'd be like, "Hey, Virgil, let this summer go. Let's finish this real quick, and then we get to you next," right? Because they have, with what Honesty is saying, Trent situation, Real Madrid have cooled it down because they probably think that Trent is going to stay at Liverpool. So maybe the contract is on his way. There's some Louis Steele. If it's the same guy, he said something real negative about South Carolina when he first got here. If it's him, I don't believe anything he says. David Lynch, he be making things up as he goes. Okay? So with me, if it's not Joyce or even Debbie Downer, James Pierce, when it comes to Liverpool, I'm not listening. Uncle Albert, I don't know what that means. If it's insulting, I'm not going to put it in front of everybody. And Baz, bro, UCL, we will be playing 3 more games. Exactly. That's why Virgil meant by that.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's right. He's right to be calling out that we need players.
Exactly. And everybody agrees. And I think this is the frustrating part.
Yeah.
Virgil said, he knows they're working behind the scenes. Slot is making it seem like, nah, I'm cool with what we have, which he should say that, because no player wants to think that, oh, my manager don't even like me, right? So they're working behind the scenes. The players, even Endo himself, said we need a 6.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said that we need reinforcement there, right?
Yeah.
So they know, but the thing is, the PR and what the fans are feeling is not meshing. It's not like this. It's missing. So it's either you read between the lines, or you are patient enough, or you just lose your shit till you get what you want. And most of the players that we're going to sign is not the players that we want. Zubimendi, a lot of us did not know who the guy was until he showed up in Europe. Right? I guarantee you, if he didn't play in Euro and Ornstein has said Liverpool's going after Zubimendi, nobody would have said they wanted him. They'll be like, no, we don't want him. We want Edison. We want Varela. Nobody knew who he was until that Rodri got injured and then he came on. So Liverpool fans, a lot of you guys are just talking out of your side of your neck, right? Zubimendi was not your number 1 choice.
I think what it is, like you said, people have seen him, to be fair, and they liked his style. And maybe there are some Liverpool fans out there that do actually watch the Spanish league and stuff.
Uncle Albert said it means he messed up. Edwards did not mess up. It's Hughes who make. Why do people keep thinking Edward is the one negotiating? Edward is not negotiating. It's Hughes. Now the part where you could blame Edward is because he's in the boss. So you could say he's the boss. So you could say, I'm blaming you because you are the boss and the buck stops with you. But the naivety of this negotiation, Uncle Albert, you should know better. The naivety of this negotiation hangs on Hughes. He gave the kid too much time to think. And he should have either walked away and move on to the next one.
To be fair, Quasi, I also do believe it's him as well to blame, because this is his apprentice, not even his apprentice. This is This guy's just
picked.
come to Liverpool. It should be,
That's what
what's
I'm
going on
saying.
with this deal?
Yes.
Get this deal done quick.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he should still have some kind of smoke.
No, he should.
Yeah.
The thing is, this is why I'm disagreeing with Uncle Albert.
Yeah.
Don't people are pointing the finger like Edward was sitting there with Zubimendi negotiating or Zubimendi agent. No. What Baz said is the part where you criticize Edwards. This was you guys, you picked this guy, right? This is the part where I'm also criticizing Ward. Ward should have called Edward and say, bro, this guy that you hired is not working like the way you taught me or the way you would have done it. So you need to call your guy. So Ward is also not innocent in this. Somebody should have told my boy Hughes, bro, why are you giving this guy 5 days to think about it? Yeah. If you have the money ready, the agent have told you that he has rejected everybody, and the kid has said Liverpool is his dream club. Why are we waiting? Bring the money. If the kid said, give me more time to think, you walk away. Because we already, this deal did not start last week. It's been going on for weeks. So that was enough time for him to think. Yeah. Right? So he went on vacation. He did all this stuff. He did yeah, he said Hughes was angry. The deal didn't work out, so Edward wasn't part of. Yeah, he wasn't. Edward is just the boss. He's just getting the feedback. So people, when you're making assumptions, make sure you get the right one. And Uncle Albert, I saw what you posted on X. That is not true. If you're gonna be angry for the right thing. Don't say that he has missed 4 chances. He hasn't. The deal with Euro, he showed up. Hey, Euro, you want to come to Liverpool? He said, no, I'm going to Madrid. Just like Baz said, if the kid said Liverpool is not my number one choice, Baz, what does Liverpool needs to do?
Walk away, man.
Thank you. And that's exactly what he did. So don't come up here making things up because you're angry. This is the part where Liverpool fans, we need to stop doing it. It's not right. He said, I don't believe for 1 minute Edward is not the man. Okay, well, that's your choice. So then John Henry is also the man behind this deal then. Because he's the boss. People, this is a circle that goes over and over. There's always somebody who's the boss. And guess what? John Henry also report to his shareholders. And if he screw Liverpool up, his shareholders is going to call him and be like, bro, you costing us money. You need to move on. Or we need to sell. It'll be good content. Yeah, Uncle Albert should have showed up a long time ago. But Baz, thank you so much for joining me. We got to go. We will talk more about this. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back with one man them saying. Maybe we will get something on the Liverpool side. I will not let this thing mess up my summer.
Before we go, just Brazy. Yes, yeah, you're right. There are 20 days left before deadline. You know what? We can only hope but pray now that we do bring something in. And if we don't, then obviously we can then obviously go on full judgment. Man, until then, until that door shuts, yeah. Just there might be some kind of resolution to something. Maybe not DM. Maybe I could see something else coming in. I don't know. They do have to sign something and sign someone, and ideally it should be a DM. But let's just hold fire until that door shuts. Then we're going to be making a lot of streams and really putting in the pins. But yeah,
no, I agree with that. On September 1, if Liverpool have not signed anything, he said it's now 5 actually. Bro, you making things up, Uncle. You better than that. Stop making things up. This one, he said, I don't believe that 1 minute Edward is not the man. Yes, he does get briefings. That's why we say we are what? He's catching smoke because he's the boss. And you know that. In the corporate world, the boss will get all the smoke if they shareholders are losing money. And at this point, Liverpool fans are losing money. So guess what? Hughes is getting it. Edwards is going to get it. And that's why some people are also spilling it into FSG. At the end of the day, it's not Liverpool's fault, but the PR is embarrassing. It's damaging to Liverpool's brand. And personally, he was a rookie doing this type of deal, giving the kid way too much time to think. And next time, maybe he learns from his lesson. And people are right. Last year, Klopp did the same thing. And the year before, he did the same thing. And the year before that, he did the same thing. So at one point, Liverpool needs to stop this foolishness. And Edwards coming in, we thought that was done. But apparently not. So Hughes, if you don't sign anybody by September 1, I don't think you're going to be Liverpool next summer. That's how I think. But anyway, Baz, thank you so much for joining me. People in the back, people in the chat, people who are watching later, please share, subscribe, like, comment later. All we need is for you to be respectful. We appreciate every single one of you guys. All we're going to say is, at the end of the day, support Liverpool. Don't let FSG, Edwards, and Hughes run your whole life. Big up yourself, Craig. But this one is a PR mess, like embarrassing. It's a big, big embarrassing to Liverpool, friend. And me and Baz agree. We don't want to hear that there's no plan B and there's no alternative. We don't want to hear that. And one thing I also don't want to hear is Liverpool don't have money. That has to stop. They do have money. Anyway, Crazy Ball, Baz, peace.
Peace.